This is DTM of DeltaTangoMike.com, and this is the Artist King Podcast, episode number 82.
You're listening to the Artist King Podcast.
In this special edition of the Artist King Podcast, we feature hands-on advice on the business of art by world-renowned artist and art beats and lyrics curator, Dubelyoo. W's art business experience stretches across 20 years of art projects for Nike, Apple, Sprite, Converse, Pepsi, and Jack Daniels. For notes on today's podcast, visit thaxton.co and check out w.net and just W in all social medias. Please take a moment to find the Artist King Podcast and rate our program on your favorite platform: iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher, and ArtistKingArchive.com. It's important that we hear from you and get your feedback and ideas. Artist King is yours, and we want you to benefit from the information shared here every week. The Artist King Podcast is made possible by our generous sponsors: the law offices of Deborah Gonzalez Esquire, VelocityScreenprint.net, RevolveSkate.com, O-Hub at Giant, Southside Sickest, Mix Manny Beats, The Biz Garage, Supernova South, and Sharpie Slam 2015. The biggest, baddest art event of 2015 is coming Wednesday, October 7, 6 to 9 p.m. 6 teams go toe-to-toe, and only one will be crowned ATL Supreme Champ. Tickets now available at supernovasouth.org. Now on to our art business tips on artist merchandise with W.
Simple things artists can do and meanwhile to get their stuff out there, merch-wise.
All right, I like that better.
Okay.
Tell us about it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, one of the things that people do when they come out is they want to support you. You know, if they come out to your art show and they come out to your event, they want to support you somehow because you have fans and people that collect your stuff. So the basic is to have something for them to take home with. There's different types of things you can have as an art show. You can have the original, which is usually a higher priced object, a piece, a painting, a sculpture, whatever. Then you can have what they call a giclée, which is like a high-end reproduction. Usually it's in limited edition. Doesn't have to be necessarily, but usually it is. A limited edition could be anything like from less than, like there's only but 500 of these. You know, I've seen limited editions. There's only 2,000 of these. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of 2,000 of anything kind of challenges the definition of the word limited. But it depends on how much you actually produce. If you produce millions of things and there's only 2,000 of it, that is limited. So, and then after that, you have what they call a remark. Which is you take a giclée and you draw something else on the bottom of it, and, you know, make it look really cool, add a little extra to it, and it's customized. You know, it's like you get a piece that's a limited edition, but the artist goes the extra step, and it's like, I put a little something on it for you.
Embellish it a little bit.
Well, then you got hand embellished.
Oh.
Which is where you could take a giclée and then you could add like gel medium over the top, and you can paint on top of that. You could actually change the piece altogether if you wanted to, which lends itself more to an original too. So there's a little area between those two. And then after that, you have a poster, a print and a poster. You know, a little poster. And a poster could be, you know, on poster paper, whatever. It's probably on the scale of price, probably the more affordable and lower end things. We've all bought posters before, you know, and so those are some of the things you can have as options of things to sell. You could also take your piece and put it on different objects. So let's say you have a character that's pretty popular, because that's really a lot of street artists have characters they do. You know, you could take that, you could take that object character and have it put on T-shirts. You can have it put on stickers. You can have it put on
beer mugs.
You know, beer cups, and people want to support. So now you have a high-end item that people can buy if they want to, or they have a $15, $20, $25, $30 item which they can take home, and you know they support you and they get something in return. So that's something that artists should really look into, you know, and it just helps get your work out to more people, and people feel part of what you're doing. You know, and
it's a good way of earning.
Yeah, you know, you make money doing it. You know, and I know folks that they travel on the road doing it. You know, and they do originals, they do prints, they do that, and it's they make a good living doing it.
Ideally, you want to sell those originals, get paid big money, but you still have the rights to that image.
Oh yeah, you don't ever lose the rights to your image unless you give it away to somebody. But if somebody buys your piece, they don't own the rights to it. They just own the piece. And sometimes you can have it worked out like, yes, you can buy this piece, but if I ever need to show it, I need the piece. You'll get it back. Yes, you'll still own it, but it'll be like on loan from the collection of.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so if let's say you want to do a retrospective of all the stuff you've done. You don't have all the stuff you've done, but you should have an idea of who has it, and you can hit them up and be like, listen, we're doing an exhibition and we need some of those pieces back to be on display, and we'd like to have that. It'll be from your personal collection, and you can get it back. So just because it's gone doesn't mean you gave up the rights to it. Yeah, so you can still make pieces off of that.
You should have a contract.
Yeah, you should definitely. That might be the good time for that.
But there's options of stuff to sell. It gives you more avenues to distribute your artwork.
Yeah.
Without having to use that original.
Yeah.
And you have more ways of earning without having to draw every time.
Yeah.
Every little bit.
And if you do festivals and all that stuff, that'll be a great thing to have is T-shirts. People love T-shirts. The average person probably buys more T-shirts than they do prints.
Yeah.
So having a piece that's on a T-shirt, might fit your audience a lot better. Some audiences are T-shirt crowds, and I tell you, there's ways to get stuff printed on T-shirts, like using Society 6. You can put up a design or Cafe Press or any of those number of sites like that where you just print on demand.
Yeah.
And you can put your design up and people can buy your T-shirt.
Send us feedback to dtm@artistking.org and subscribe to the Artist King podcast on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Spreaker.com, or ArtistKingArchive.com. This has been your Artist King podcast, and I am DTM of DeltaTangoMike.com, telling you to get out and learn so you can earn. Let go of the starving artist title and move into the thriving artist art life. See you next week.